Hi guys, welcome to the new Navigators Vault. This is basically just a little introduction of what we're going to plan to do with this podcast. Obviously, as some of you may know already, I'm behind the Instagram page Financial Navigator. Josh is now joining me. This pod is basically, we're going to try and make it a bit more of an engaging podcast and just people interviewing other people. Like we will do a bit of screen sharing, a bit of basic technical analysis, maybe look at how do you look at the fundamentals of stocks, like various bits like that. We will get guests on probably next pod. We might do one podcast, we'll just do us two, and then after that we'll probably look to get guests on down the line. We're going to try and be consistent with say like one a month. Obviously we both have jobs and other commitments to also do in our general life, but basically that's how it's going to go down. There's not much else we need to mention, is there? Yeah, so what we're planning to do, so obviously Alex's all crypto and investing background. I'm more business. I run a social media agency and have a snowboarding business. So I'm more from the business point of view. So when we get guests on, we're going to try and vary it from some of our friends that are really experienced in the crypto markets and the stock markets, and but then also wine and whiskey markets and stuff as well. But then also get people on about business and mindset and lifestyle is another one. Real estate investment people. Yeah, we're going to try and include it's going to be quite a broad podcast sort of thing. Like it will be probably finance based, but we will try and include like lifestyle stuff. And we'll make it interactive with, you don't see many podcasts where the screen comes up. We'll have the screen up, some of the charts. Alex will do a bit of TA, technical analysis. Just look at meme coins and say hi. Yeah. But like as an introduction for me, I am Alex, started Financial Navigator probably coming up to 2 years ago now. I'm an electrical engineer by trade, so my 9 to 5, I work on the railway. I started finance and crypto back in 2020, literally as the pandemic hit. Money in the bank, doing nothing. Discovered Bitcoin on Revolut, like anyone does, or any retailer does at the start. You don't look at anything, you don't know what it is, you just put money in it. It started doubling, and then I was like, right, I'm gonna put more in, pushing more in, and it got to a point I was like, right, okay, I need to have a look at this, because this is like, I think it turned like a couple K into like 10 in the space of like 3 months. You got in right as it was doing the banana zone. Yeah, I think my first ever buy was when Bitcoin was 6K, but I might have only put in like 50 to 100 quid. Had I known what it was now, I would have fucking bought as many as possible. But that's basically my journey. Obviously, I'm now self-taught for the last 4-ish years, coming up to 5 in March 2025. And once you go down that rabbit hole of finance and especially crypto, there's no coming out the other side. So I've kind of been stuck in it, and I'm now kind of dragging Josh along with me. So I had to introduce me, I'm 21, started my first business when I was 16. It was just literally editing, posting videos on Instagram. Grew that to about 400,000 followers. Just in snowboarding, and that's how I started my social media agency. We use organic methods to grow and build up companies following, build up a community around the company, stuff like that. I started my first got into crypto probably 2020 as well in bull market, but I wasn't as in Pico top right at the top when I thought 2021. Dogecoin's going to $1, so I thought I'll buy some of that. Bought in at 35 cents. Rode it to 70 and then rode it all the way back down to 0. I think I sold out. Not 0, but a couple pennies. Couple cents. So my first experience was same as everyone's really. Everyone does it first cycle. Ours as well. First cycle was you buy in, you ride it all the way up. You don't sell anything. You ride it 70 to 90% down. But I was one of the ones that stuck around, educating myself. Basically DCA'd over the bear market, and then where we are now is happy days. But I'm I will look to come into the space full time. Obviously, trying to start a business, have clients, students, but things take time. Also, proof is kind of in the pudding. This cycle I'll be looking to take some meaningful profits, and I think when you can actually show people what you've managed to do in a certain amount of time is then when people will probably say trust you sort of thing, rather than just, oh, he's some guy over the internet. But I mean, other than that, there's not really much more to introduce about the podcast or ourselves. Like I say, it'll be a bit of everything. We'll be doing screen sharing, interactions, be a bit about lifestyle, business, finance, mainly crypto when it comes to finance, but we will cover stocks and other stuff as well. We will have guests probably coming after we've done our first one. And like every time we do a podcast, there will be like a shit coin of the pod or a meme coin of the pod, where we will basically choose a meme coin, because this cycle now, if you have been living under a rock, is all about meme coins.
You'll learn to find that we're quite
degenerates, as everyone is in the space. But we will pick a meme coin of the pod, and then the idea of that is that our thought process behind that is that it will perform well until we do the next pod. So your time span is going to be maybe 2 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's not financial advice.
Yeah, obviously not financial advice. It's purely fucking casino.
Yeah.
We will just be picking one. Hopefully it does well the next 2 to 6 weeks. Obviously, if we hold it in our own portfolios, we'll be sure to declare that. If we don't, it will say, like, well, we've discovered this. We don't actually hold any of it. This is the pick for this month. So that's the introduction. Hopefully you all enjoy it. If you do have any questions or any topics you want us to cover in the first one, be sure to leave a comment or drop me a comment or a DM on Instagram. Or if you're in my Telegram channel, the free Telegram channel, or message me privately on Telegram with anything, and we will go from there. So thank you. See you soon.